So you want to do a better job filming yourself with your GoPro. Or do a better job filming other things. Well, so do I. In this video, we're going to go over things to check both before and during your ride to make sure you get the right shot. The first thing to check before you go riding, and probably the most important, is make sure your batteries are charged. If they're not, your screen's going to end up looking like this. Hey, at least it's not shaky. Plug in your camera, charge every battery you have, and make sure you have enough juice for your next ride. There's no such thing as too much juice. While you're at it, check your memory cards. There's nothing worse than running out of space partway through a ride. Sweet, your batteries are charged and your cards are cleared. Now just make sure your GoPro is oriented the right way. So unless you want to turn your phone upside down, this clip's useless.
GoPro, stop recording.
So I actually have two different GoPros. The Hero 8 Black and the older Hero 4 Silver. I've fallen victim to using the incorrect orientation on both of these, but it's always been user error. With the Hero 4, if you flip the camera upside down, you're also filming upside down. To get around this, go into the GoPro settings and scroll down until you see the orientation setting and switch it to down. This will allow you to film with your GoPro upside down, but have your shots come out right side up. Now with the Hero 8 Black, it's a little different. You can spin this thing all day long and it's going to keep filming in the same orientation. You can see that the screen adjusts itself every time we flip the camera around. If you wanted to lock the GoPro's orientation in place, you can swipe down from the top to access the settings. By clicking the button in the bottom right corner of the screen, you can either lock or unlock the orientation of the filming of the GoPro. And while we're on the topic of GoPro settings, let me introduce you to my most frustrating mistake to date. That was the first time I had tried a backflip in years, and I thought I was filming. Turns out I was on the GoPro's time warp setting, and I ended up missing the whole thing. Just make sure you check what setting you're on before you start your ride. But luckily, not all hope was lost with the backflip footage. If someone gives you their phone to film them, they're trusting you with two main tasks. Turn the phone sideways to film, and make sure they're in the frame. Rachel. And if you're trying to film the rider in front of you, make sure you point your camera in the right direction. It sounds easy enough, especially when you're standing around and it looks like your camera's pointing out far enough, but there's a good chance that once you get onto your bike, it turns out your camera's pointed down too far. And finally, the last thing on my list is to make sure you're keeping water drops off of your lens. If you're riding and it's wet outside, I guarantee you will get one water drop right in the middle of your frame. It happens every time and you can't even see what you were trying to film. So if it is wet while you're riding, make sure you wipe off your lens often. Because I promise you, no matter how many times you wipe your lens, water will find its way back.